Sure, we've all seen the articles about the increase in home values and home prices, and even the articles about increase in building materials, lumber costs, but there's more to it than that going on with the construction industry. We're going to talk today about building materials in several categories: HVAC systems, roofing, appliances, and even other accessory building materials that are often overlooked, like fasteners, paint, and other construction adhesives. So here's the thing. If you're looking at any kind of building construction project, a remodel, an addition, or even building a new home, you know that the price that the project is going to cost this year is more than it would have been a couple years ago. But there's more going on behind the scenes than that. In addition to a higher price of materials, there's also a huge increase in the cost of labor. And labor can make up to 20 or 30% of the home construction cost, depending on the project. Sometimes 50% of the project can be labor. And if that labor goes up 10, 15, 20% as minimum wages go up, or it's difficult to find quality employees, that can affect the ultimate cost of the project by tens of thousands of dollars. So a new home construction that may have cost, let's say, $350,000 or $400,000 can now be $40,000 or $50,000 higher because of just labor. What about materials? Well, here's an article from Association of Home Builders, one of the largest trade publications or trade organizations for the home building industry. So the building materials increased 15.9% in 21 and 18.6% since December of 20. And in the last month of 21, it increased 1.5%. Well, that almost puts it at 20 annualized. 75-year high volatility. It's expected that in 22, that increase rate is going to be sustained. Not only is the current price going to stay, the level is going to stay where it is, but the rate of increase will continue to go up. Let's talk about components. Price of staying cool may increase as AC units jump in cost. You know, a lot of people don't realize the HVAC system in a house can be a $10 to $15, sometimes $20,000 cost component. If you have 3 or 4 units and ductwork and air handlers, not counting labor, you could be at $15,000, $20,000 easily. And if that price goes up 10, 15%, where they're talking prices can go up between 15 to 30%, that can add another $10,000 or $15,000 to the price of a house. Each AC unit that used to cost $5,000 will now cost closer to $6,000. Raw materials and labor rates. Again, here's the manufacturers are talking about labor rates within their industry. So labor rates are going to have a cascading and domino effect. Install manager is constantly trying to stay ahead of the curve because of finding good employees. And also, even when this article was written in June of 21, that's 6 or 8 months ago, there's something else that hadn't been factored in yet, but it's referred to here: fuel and transportation costs. Look, all these goods have to get shipped to the job site by trucks. And if the fuel rate goes from $2.80 or $3 a gallon up to $5 or $6 a gallon, that may add $1,000 or $2,000 to the shipping for all these goods. Many things are blamed on the pandemic, but it doesn't matter what the source of this problem is. It doesn't matter what the whose fault it is, whether it's pandemic or a war overseas or the labor market or any other, or inflation for that matter. The bottom line is it's going to affect your construction project. Let's talk about roofing. GAF is one of the largest producers of roofing materials, shingles, and other types of underlayment materials. They sent a letter out the end of 21. Dear customers, thank you for your continued business and support. We are responding to today's challenging market. Price increase 6 to 8% on all residential roofing products effective January 31st, 2022. Shipped after that will be invoiced at the new level. That's 8% on a roof. So if you have a $30,000 roof times 8%, that's $2,000 or $3,000 for the roof. You see how this adds up? right? A few thousand here, a few thousand there, 10,000 for labor. Next thing you know, you have a $50,000 or $60,000 price increase on a 350 or 400 project. Last but not least, appliances. What's causing appliance inflation in 2022? Latest CPI's Consumer Price Index don't tell the whole story. In the appliance industry, first of all, demand is making it harder to even find the products. There's actually some homes that have been completed that can't get a CO because there's no appliances that can be placed in the house. But they're talking about major appliances costing 12% more than they did a year ago. Washer and dryer are up 18%, but that's not the whole story. Average cost to buy these products at wholesale has increased over 10% since last year. Usually it's 3% a year. Every brand we sell, GE, Whirlpool, all the brands, have much higher prices. You'll see that jump reflected in the price you find in the store. Reality, prices could be 20% higher compared to 2020. Expert tips to help you make a smart purchase now. Bottom line is, if you need appliances anytime in the next couple of years, you should buy it now because this inflation rate is going to continue. Here's the thing. Appliances can be an $8,000 to $10,000 to $12,000 cost of a new home or a remodel of a kitchen. Add on 10% of that, now you're talking another couple thousand. These things add up. A couple thousand here, a couple thousand there, and next thing you know, big money. Another place where cost increases are not reflected is in discounting. Even though the list price might have only gone up 10%, in the past you could find deals. You could find promotional sales. If those sales don't happen anymore, the effective transaction price is now higher than a 10% increase. Because not only did the price go up 10%, but you can't find a discounted item. Price competition among retailers, same thing. Retailers used to discount and put things on sale, and if it had a list price of, let's say, $900 for a high-end dishwasher, now they might have discounted it to $799. Now it's going to be MSRP. That's what it's going to sell for. Just like car dealerships. When they can't get inventory, they sell everything at list. Good luck trying to wheel and deal. Can't get deals. Mail-in rebates? No. Remember how you used to always buy a dishwasher or refrigerator and have a $100 mail-in rebate or $50 mail-in rebate? Maybe you can get it on a full suite, but not on an individual dishwasher or appliance. So these price increases, whether it's on general building materials, air conditioning systems, roofing, or appliances, are all adding up to make construction of a new home or remodeling of an existing home way higher than what it was even a couple years ago. And that 30 or 40 or 50,000 reflects in the ultimate sale price. And if the builder is going to use the same markup, the end price to the consumer could be 80 or 90,000 higher because you're going to be cost plus in most instances. Keep that in mind if you have any project coming up as a client, as a remodeling client, a building client. The earlier you can get that project into the pipeline, the better, because you may not have the ability to get something started for 6 or 8 months, and you want to be ahead of the curve on inflation so it doesn't blow your budget or you have to cut back on your project.